Good morning, it is day 11 of the event window here at the Target Maui Pro Top 10 on the Samsung Galaxy World Surf League Women's Championship Tour. And the stage is Honolulu Bay for the final stop of the Women's World Tour, and it is going to be one hell of a showdown. You're watching Dawn Patrol. I'm Ronnie Blakey. We've got a big show lined up for you. First up, we're going to be checking out the best rides from our title contenders and making some comparisons there, and then we'll have a look at the latest GoPro entries and also be profiling the most underrated surfer on the Women's Championship Tour, Malia Manuel. But first up, we want to say a good morning to the most stylish surfer anytime she hits the lineup, Rosie Hodge.
Thank you, Ronnie.
True that.
And Strider Wasilewski, Strider December 1st, starting to feel a lot like Christmas, and that's a good thing because you've been putting up Christmas trees all year.
We're getting close, but it never gets old here on Maui. It's a beautiful day again, once again.
We're going to unwrap some presents.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, the Twitter poll has been going mad. Everyone can have their say on who they think is going to win this world title, and at the moment Courtney's got a lot of support. You can see there 54% of our fans online think she's going to get the nod and get the job done over Carissa.
Things have swung a little bit, haven't they? You know, it's interesting to watch that thing go back and forth, and I think once we see that, well, everybody else online probably this morning is going to jump on and start, you know, pecking away from Hawaii to get Carissa back over the top.
I think too, you know, Carissa's going for that third world title. There's obviously a lot of excitement in Courtney's camp for her to perhaps clinch her very first world title here in 2015, Rosie.
Yeah, this is the first time that we've seen Courtney really make a charge for the title, so it's good to see that new blood coming through, and then Carissa, like you mentioned, has those 2 world titles, so it's good to see the support online going back and forth. I'm sure the girls are stoked to have that support as well.
Well, you know, watching the kind of opening exchanges, I feel like Carissa really looked better. She looked cleaner and definitely had a good go, but she's got a really stacked up lineup coming through this thing.
Let's check out the first wave from Carissa Moore. This was an 8.33 and just so silky smooth, as Strider pointed out.
Yeah, we've been watching her in the free surfs and couldn't wait to see what she did with the contest jersey on. She was wearing the yellow Jeep Leaders jersey, so it was just interesting to see that kind of pressure and the way that she alleviated that in that heat.
Well, look at how good she looks. It's just clean, crispy. There doesn't seem to be any nerves playing into this performance, which I really loved. I love to see how confident she came out of the gates. You know, Courtney, same thing, just a little bit more of an edge to her, kind of pushing a little harder.
Pretty amazing that Courtney, she went out. This was her first wave in her round 1 effort, so amazing answer back and keeping on pace with Carissa in those early rounds.
Definitely, and for both of these world title contenders to open up with an excellent scoring ride, I mean, you've really taken the judges' attention and grabbed it and run away with it. So, you know, both Courtney and Carissa starting strong in the event.
There's going to be a bit of a grudge match coming up, though, with the 2 girls, with Carissa and Tyler Wright coming down the line. Could be pretty interesting.
8.93 for this wave, and I think it just reminded us how well Courtney rides the barrel. She took off under the lip there. I think she's probably a little more proficient than a lot of the other women on tour when it comes to forehand tube riding.
Definitely, and also how well, you know, Courtney rides Honolulu Bay. I mean, this is a wave, it can be tricky at times. It looks perfect from the top, but once you get that kind of, when you're on that ride, there's a lot to negotiate. There's kind of tricky sections, so Courtney has good timing with it, but I was really impressed with the tempo that Carissa had on this wave.
Has a fantastic read on it, and the positive sign, I think, looking at the forecasts for Courtney, is the fact that we could see a little bit more swell than what we had on the opening day of competition.
I feel like that swell that's on the way, it kind of has moved over just into the window a little bit more. It's a little more size. It's got a lot of strength in it. It's strengthening as it's going by. The last one didn't do that. So I do think that we're going to see a little bit more out of it, which is going to play, I think, to Courtney's favor. We saw her last year just attacking that big bowl when it came at her. And I didn't see anybody else do that. I didn't see anybody really go after me. The waves were pretty solid, and she just went for it. Nice, big, huge down carve into the bowl. So, you know, with that mentality, I think it could play to her favor.
We'll check out the Surfline forecast in a moment, but right now let's find out if we're going to get heats underway on day 11. We'll say hello once again to Chelsea Cannell.
Thanks so much, Ronnie. I am here with our Deputy Commissioner, Jessie Miley-Dyer. And Jessie, I haven't seen you since yesterday. We had a lay day, but you actually used the site and invited some friends over, had a little party, did you not?
Yeah, I did. We had the Boys and Girls Club of Lahaina down here yesterday, and it's pretty cute, you know, that we had probably 12 kids down here. They got some photos with the title trophy. They got to meet Carissa, which they were really excited about. So, you know, it ended up being a really good day.
And we might have another one of those days today because it still looks sleepy out there, but I know you're looking forward to that swell. You said it might come on Wednesday. Is that still the case? And do you think we're going to run tomorrow possibly?
Yeah, so we're off for today. You know, there's really nothing out there this morning for the women. The swell we're looking at, you know, Wednesday and Thursday both look really good. So I don't want to discount Thursday, but, you know, I do think we're going to have waves tomorrow. We're still going to have probably, you know, solid 6-foot waves here in the bay, and I think it's going to be a really good platform for us to finish the year.
Well, that sounds really good, Jess. We'll send it back to you, Ronnie. We're off for the day.
Thank you, Chelsea, and Jessie Miley-Dyer's been doing a great job in getting our competitors into the best waves of the window so far. It was a tough call those first couple of days that there was some swell showing on the point. She said, no, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the weekend, and she was spot on with that decision.
Yeah. I mean, this is a tricky spot. It really has to wrap in that northerly direction just to get into the space. So, yeah, Jessie doing a great job, and it's just really cool that we have more swell on offer strata.
Yeah, you know, the forecast looks pretty good. I mean, Surfline coming up with the goods right now. You can see that swell coming around the corner, that big purple low pressure up there pushing some swell our way. And I think, you know, the way that this thing's playing out, it just depends on when it shows up. We're hoping, you know, for it to show up on Wednesday, possibly into Thursday could be the call. We don't know. It's kind of going to be dictated on the morning. We do have to run a whole day of surf, so you see it coming up there on Wednesday and holding through Thursday, actually getting bigger now. So the day will be told. We'll wake up, we'll check it out tomorrow morning and give it a good look. But like we were just talking about, the angle here is so hard to be, you know, on point. To have it come through that little window behind Molokai, get down in here, funnel through the cave. You know, making the call out here is really tough. And we did have a couple of fun little days, but I think it was good that she held off for that really amazing day that we did, and then the next day could be even better. And if it's better, we saw such great rides already. It would be just so great to see it better and the performance is that much higher.
Well, we've already seen some pretty decent free surfing sessions on the point, and as a result, some great entries for the GoPro Challenge. We're going to have a look at the best of them right after the break. Great to have your company for Dawn Patrol. Ronnie with Rosie and Strider. We'll see no heats on the point today, but we've still got plenty of good gear to get through on Dawn Patrol, including the GoPro Challenge, which has kicked off, open to both men and women on the CT, and already a couple of entries starting to roll in. But tell us a little bit more about this fantastic little program that GoPro are running over the Hawaiian winter, Strider?
Well, we have, it's for the men and the women, and that's the interesting keynote there. But the women have all the entries right now because over on the Oahu, where all the boys are getting after it, there it's not that clean. It's not as beautiful as it is here. It's open to all of the men and women locations in Maui and Oahu, November 21st through December 20th, and there'll be one winner, $15,000 if you do it in a heat, and $10,000 outside. I mean, it's a bonus, huh?
Really nice little bonus.
Yeah, and you can look at all the kind of things that the judges are going to take into consideration. I mean, 25% goes into the cinematography, the degree of difficulty, perspective, overall beauty and lighting. So there's so many things that really, everyone's taking into consideration, and we watch the clips. I mean, it's so beautiful, that GoPro perspective that you can get on a ride. I like the $5,000 bump. If you do it in competition, that's an extra added bonus.
The cool thing is too, you don't need a huge wave to capture a beautiful moment, as we've seen here in Maui on one of the free surfing days. Courtney Conolog has been busy logging some great entries. Have a look at this thing.
How fun does that look? Look at the background, the lighting. It's gorgeous. She just slips right in. Nice little tube time. It's so fun to see the inside of a barrel. I saw a post from Kelly Slater just the other day, and he said he's been searching his whole life, and the inside of the tube is definitely the best place in the world.
Yeah, and just interesting to know, I mean, Courtney had surfed, a few heats that day. She paddled out in the afternoon, got these couple of gems. So, the girls are always working, always surfing, and it's good to see her having fun.
And Joanne DeFay getting herself a couple of really nice rides here on the point. Not finding the barrel on this one, but letting go of some big rail turns.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't have to all be inside the barrel, the perspective. You can actually get different angles. Right here, it seems that she's got it in her mouth as she's doing the surfing. You can hold it behind you, and you can actually get a whole scene set of what's happening as well. It's so fun. There's so many different perspectives and different angles that you can still get. I'm sure there's so many different things that we haven't thought about. The boys, the girls. I can't wait to see what they've got for us.
Yeah, even though there's a lot of people out there that can't put entries in for the GoPro Challenge, you can still have those little challenges, like Strider said. Get creative, try some different placements with the camera and get some unique angles. This was another one from Courtney, and this wave is just so pretty. Have a look at the light shining through the lip of the barrel there.
That's so beautiful. I mean, top points for degree of the beauty and lighting would just really capture me. The cinematography and just all of those things that Courtney's doing on that wave is so beautiful with the beauty of the bay. So those are all the kind of aspects that are taken into consideration.
It'll be super fun, like you said, Ronnie. Just even if you're just with your buddies, get a little GoPro challenge of your own happening and have some fun. We've filmed each other, had fun. The pictures and the clips that we get, they look so good. We should be in this.
And you know what? We've got no entries from the men yet. So all those guys over on the North Shore and the CT, get busy and start getting those entries in. And if you want to check them out and be up to date with the latest entries, go to worldsurfleague.com/GoPro Challenge. So much more to come on Dawn Patrol. Up next, Joe Topel and Martin Potter are going to have a look at Malia and Manuel.
Good morning and welcome to Dawn Patrol here on December 1st. A beautiful sunrise here at Honolulu Bay. As you can see, it's very quiet and the contest has been called off. We have a lot of anticipation for swell coming as early as tomorrow. Joe Chappelle alongside 89 world champ Martin Potter. Morning, Potts.
Morning, Joe.
Well, we think about the world title race. We think about requalification every year. And there's some surfers that you're waiting for them to achieve their first win. Hawaii's Malia Manuel, number 9 in the world at the moment. In your opinion, does she have a chance to take this thing out?
Well, if you go a form that she's been shown so far in this event, absolutely. Dropping some big scores, winning heats. You know, surfing critical, and the board she's on at the moment look amazing. So, you know, for me, this is Amelia's shot. She's got a tough heat coming up next against Tyler Wright, but I think she's got the goods to do it.
She won the U.S. Open when it was a qualifying series event at just 14.
Yep.
Right after that, found herself on page 1 of Trans World Surf. Now 4 years on tour, we thought this was a great chance to catch up with Malia Manuel.
I grew up on the island of Hawaii, and I never planned to be a professional surfer. It was just something that kind of happened. It's neat that I'm following the path of the Kauai surfers. I'm in my 4th year on tour, and it's coming to an end. It's been such a crazy 4 years. I learned so much, and I don't think I'd be where I am today without competitive surfing. It's maybe kind of the surfer who I am. I'm more obsessed with surfing now than ever, and I'm always learning new things and trying to stay progressive with the other girls, and I'm loving it. I'm having the best time ever.
Nice jam and weightless on the landing.
Just letting it all hang out. Look at this one.
So far I'm ranked 9th on the tour, and I just have one more event to try to climb up, and it's nice that I qualified on the qualifying series, so I kind of relieve some pressure, and I'm kind of in offense mode instead of defense mode, which is kind of nice to be in that place.
One more blast on the inside, looking loose.
I think we're going to see Malia Manuel walk away with that heat.
It's taken a lot for me to think you need to work on something and try to drop your ego and not think you're the best, and just to like kind of take a step back and let that ego go, and then like you can jump forward even more. Thank you. I think now this year it's clicking, and I'm, you know, seeking out the little bit of help with technique and how to stay stronger, and it's nice you revolve your days around trying to get better. It's been a fun experience to let it go that I'm not the best surfer in the world, and I want to be, and I want to work to be.
2012 Rookie of the Year, looking dangerous at this event, throwing down big numbers. Potts, you've been watching her surf for a long time. Do you expect her to get bigger scores when she gets out there to compete?
Well, I hope so. I mean, she's surfing that way. She's got a good board under her feet. You know, she's got that flow. Honolulu Bay is the kind of wave that really suits her style of surfing. So she's got to remain confident, start, you know, believe in that. She's got 4 years on tour, so she's starting to work the game out. You know, she's got some stiff competition, but I think if she keeps, you know, sticks to her guns, keeps doing what she's doing, keep knocking on the door, it'll happen for her.
You can see that balance of style, and she's still radical. She says she wants to keep herself relevant. She definitely is one of the best surfers in the world, and still moving in this contest. The thing is, she's in round 4, and she'll have a big matchup with Tyler Wright, last year's runner-up in the world and runner-up in this contest.
That's going to be a tough one for her. You know, Tyler's got that power. She's come off a 2nd place here last year. She was in that world title race. She's not this year, so there's going to be a lot less pressure for Tyler. So she's looking a little bit more into it. But so is Malia, though. You know, you look at the performances Malia's had so far in this event. Surfing critical. She's on the good waves, and I think that's what's going to have to happen. She's going to have to catch those bombs. She's going to be on the right waves and produce some of her best surfing. But it's not out of the question, Joe.
Well, Tyler's been on a roll ever since that big win in France, coming into this event with a lot of momentum. She ended up in round 2 against Keely Andrew. She was looking for barrels, getting in the 7 range, ended up turning in a 17-plus combined total as she's preparing for Malia Manuel in round 4. Remember, the winner of that matchup will move on to meet Carissa Moore in the quarterfinals.
You know, Carissa's kind of got Tyler's number, but, you know, there's a lot less pressure on Tyler this year, and you can tell by the way she's surfing. That's going to be a great heat, but she's got to get past Malia first. You know, if Tyler looks too far ahead and takes Malia for granted, I think Malia's got that ability to beat her. So Tyler's got to stick to her gun. She's got to get the waves, mind you. It's been a relatively inconsistent for waves. She got starved in her last heat as well. That's why she's in round 4. So she's got to find that rhythm, and when she does this kind of surfing. I mean, she's got that unmatched power, but then she's got that ability to make mistakes as well. So she's got to fix that up, if she wants to get past Malia, and then she's got Carissa. So it's going to be an exciting last day.
We look at the powerhouse Tyler Wright on fire throughout this event. Made the final here last season as she prepares for Malia Manuel in round 4. A dangerous spoiler role for Tyler Wright in this world title race. As you see, the winner of that one takes on Carissa. Lakey Peterson, Tatiana Weston Webb will be on deck potentially first thing in the morning in round 4, heat number 1. As you see how this one plays out, can't wait to get this one back in the water pots with surf on the way.
Surf on the way. It's going to be pumping. So, you look at Courtney and Coco as well. Coco's, got those barrels down, hasn't she? She got an amazing tube right in her last heat. So it's going to be a crazy round 4. World title implications are going to be well and truly in effect. So we're going to get to sit back and watch it, Joe. It's going to be amazing.
Some big heats to look forward to. Coming next on Dawn Patrol, Rosie, Strider, Ronnie are all going to tell you who is going to win this contest.
Welcome back to Dawn Patrol. It is time for us to unveil the trophies for the 2015 Target Maui Pro, and they are pretty special looking, Rosie. A little different. Why don't you go ahead and throw this one on?
I would love that. Thank you, Ronnie.
Looking a little bit like the mother of dragons there, Khaleesi.
Where are my dragons?
And Strider, you want to try on the number 2?
I mean, why not?
It's a good look.
It's a good look for me.
Great looking trophy though, isn't it?
They're beautiful.
I feel like Biggie Smalls right now.
Very sharp. And now I think the big question that has to be asked is who's going to be wearing these pieces at the end of this event window? We'll start with you, Strider, in your opinion.
I'm going with Courtney. I think she's going to progress through. I think she's going to battle back as she does as a warrior, and I think she's going to come out on top and possibly have her first world title.
World titles aside, Rosie, do you think there could be a spoiler in this event? Is there anyone that you have kind of identified as a real danger to those title contenders?
It was interesting for me this morning just hearing us all talk about it because we were all so confused, and one of the names that kept popping up, Malia Manuel, and the performance that she put on in that round 3 heat was just so impressive. Even though she came undone to Carissa Moore, she just really had that aggression and that power that I like. The criticalness of her surfing, it was crisp, it was beautiful to the eye.
That was 2 manoeuvres for an excellent score, and really that end section move is so committed. Drifting the fins, there was an offshore wind this day, so a lot of people kind of getting caught up in the lip, but Malia just dropping out of the sky there, and if she can keep that kind of form up, she'll definitely be a threat. And here's your pick for the win here, Strider.
Yeah, I think, what we've seen from Courtney so far is a little over-surfed, a little pushed. And I think she's going to pull back just a hair. I think she's going to get into a good rhythm and flow, and she could just bring this thing home. There's so many variables to play into it, obviously. There's a lot of competition left. There's battles, and there's different people that are going to have to match up against each other. But Sally, look at how good she's surfing too.
Well, last year we had a surfer who wasn't in title contention going on to win the contest, Carissa Moore. Sally Fitzgibbons not in contention for the first time in a long time as far as the world title goes, but she's got fresh boards under her feet. She's recently engaged, just sold a house. It seems like there's a lot of things going right for Sally at the moment, and I've been really impressed with how she's surfing on those new boards and looking a little bit more high risk and throwing some more reckless turns out there, which I love.
We need that out of her, right? We've seen the safety Sally before, but she's always been strong. She's always surfed really well, but now we see a little more flair, which is great. And with the change of the equipment and with the lack of the world title pressure on her shoulders, she's just free to do what she wants and just go out and have fun, and that's what she's doing.
Well, she is also on the same side of the draw as Courtney, and already in the quarterfinals. Obviously, they've both got to surf another heat if they were to meet up in the semi-finals, but that would be a real danger heat for Courtney.
Exactly. I mean, just meeting up against Sally for Courtney could be something special, but then you look at the round 4 heat that has Malia against Tyler Wright, and that person comes up against Carissa Moore in the quarterfinals, and Tatiana Weston-Webb still in the draw. There's so many options for a win here at the Target Maui Pro. I mean, all of the ladies have really stepped up the level.
Yeah, the backside surfing of Tati is going to be pretty hard to beat too. I mean, the way she sweeps off the bottom, squares it up, and then with confidence. I love watching it.
It's going to be fun to watch. I think there is definitely a number of different scenarios that could play out, but we keep just harping on about that surf-off. That is a possibility. If Carissa's knocked out in the quarters and Courtney can make the final and gets a second place, there'll be a surf-off heat. It'd be fantastic to watch unfold. Well, no heats today, but make sure you tune in bright and early tomorrow morning for Dawn Patrol, 7:30 a.m. local time. A very good chance that we'll be getting heats underway here at the final stop of the year. We'll see you then.